Well, hello everyone, it's me, Solid, and good to have you back. Welcome to TV Saturdays. Well, we're back here again. And not a moment so late, man, I am like, no, I'm not out of it. I'm like watching the banners, and I'm gonna exchange my rewards, I haven't done so in a second. So I have been just watching the banners, right? And I have found it very fascinating that there is not a singular banner that I can tell. Actually, I'm gonna grab this as well. So it's like 4 weeks. We got 13 days, so we got a little more to get more of that stuff. But man, I'm gonna be so for real, guys. There is so many banners. I can't even be bothered with any of them, and some of them are PvP related, but not a single one of them matters because it's old units now. Sajin is old news basically. And I do believe no, not GG. No, she's not. She's not even like she is a PvE unit. I think there's a banner for PvE units. There's a banner for. Hold on. Kind of. Ooh, that's a bit tough. It is whatever. I'll just let that run. But yeah, no, they have so many banners right now, and all that is one of my biggest things with like, one of my biggest gripes with Bleach is that they have so many like banners that they basically make everything else really meaningless. Like if you want to summon on one of those banners, like oh well, what about the anniversary banner? We still haven't gone that banner yet, so we are at the 100 million download mark at the moment. So wait, double check. What does he have? Of course he does it. Dodge Pierce Barrier. God damn it. Everybody knows it. She's busted. God, I don't want to deal with. Oh my god, half of these guys have like so much like strength. We're gonna pop that in there. What is he running though? Oh, damage reduction. I have more DR than he does, unless he gets lucky, in which case he might actually. 44. I think I'm saved. I think. Get attack, so and I've got like so much extra stuff on me, right? We'll see how it goes. Again, the entirety of these matches, setting aside the fact that the banners are, oh sweet lord. Yeah, bro's cooked. He already lost his side game. Yeah, he already lost Mila Rose. She couldn't actually deal enough damage. It's just the one with high CC, the number scare. Now, is it just tankiness? Is that what they're going for? DR. Oh, lovely worth. And then dodge. What do I have? Attack, and then... What's on my... Why is this so awkward? Why is this place so awkward on that thing? It's better here. Why? Why? Alright, so I have bonus skills. I have... Not that. That's kind of bizarre. Yo, why can't I move this? Wow. I think it's more like low damage to stamina, or I believe I Pierce Barrier in the Surf here actually on this one. Same thing. They might out tank me, which is a concern. And they have dodge. They might legitimately just out-tank me. Which is a little bit tough. Maybe I should pair her up against Orihime and see what happens. Yeah, there's really not much else I can really do. No, we're cooked. Damn it. Dude, what the hell is that? Is that literally like the stall meta? God damn it. Wait, show me the stats on this guy. Because if that's what it is, that's so annoying. Yep. The stall meta is so cancerous. Oh my god. I hate this. I hate this so much. Literally out defense me. There's not a thing I could do. God, I hate this so much. We're gonna roll this because I do not want to deal with people with that much power. That's kind of insanity. This one doesn't really matter. Even if Orihime somehow dies. I'll tell you something, by the way. It is, like, to a certain degree fine to be able to, like, tank through some stuff, but at the same time, I can't. I couldn't even, like, if I throw him at it, like, it's basically just, like, me, they're making me throw my strongest character against, or not even my strongest character. Technically, yes, but no. Just tanky, but not quite as tanky. That annoyed me so much, though. Throw that against that. And I still don't understand what the scaling on what I'm facing is, because it's still, you know, I'll tell you something, actually. It would make sense if I'm, like, facing, like, ranked, like, 6,000 or something in the, on my list, but I'm not really. It is one of those things that I think Bleach should probably benefit from, just not necessarily swapping about. Nope, no, you're screwed. I win. Let me see. We got something out. Throw that in there, and then we're good. Congrats on the extra health. You're not gonna live past it. Gotta love it so much. And I'll tell you something, Sajin does so much damage, or not Sajin, Yamamoto still does so much damage, even as an older unit as he is. He can probably still, like, shred most of this. Yeah, that's with, like, a lot of attack stuff and, like, some DR, and it's crazy worth. You can just throw whatever at this one. They're not, PvP related units, so you can't really do anything. Alright, we got that, and we're gonna go... I think this is probably not the optimal one, actually. I think that might be more optimal. We'll see. God. I want to say more, but there's, like, really been nothing to really think about in these games. Throw your strongest units, try and kill Ashen on the back. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, we're dead. We're dead, actually. No, we're cooked. Yep, no, that was actually too much. Ashen was actually too much. Dude. Fuck me, dude. Yeah, because, I think... Wait, I can't even look at the previous ones. I lost it. You know what's so annoying is if I try to improve And there's so many things that it could make like PvP better, right? If I could look at their stats, right? Who just killed me? What did they do different than I did? Can I retake a look at it? No, you just died. That's it. There's no second chances. You can't look at your stats. Like you can't look at your like histories, or whatever. Oh man, that's like one of the dumbest pet peeves of mine. But it's just a pet peeve of mine. But just the game, just like it would be nice if I could tell who kicked my ass. But no, I can't. Yeah, they also had like I know some games, right, have like a feature, right, where whatchamacallit? Trying to think. They have like a feature where you can like PvP like friendly peeps, and it would be lovely if I could do that, but at the same time I can't do that because it's not in the game. That's kind of it. Swap that. Then we're gonna put that against that, and then I don't know how well that's gonna do. It kind of bothers me just having like the DR, because some people can actually afford to kind of go like DR, right? Like some people that just have like the proper units like maxed out, duped up, can't afford just straight up having can't touch me damage reduction to attack teams. Granted, I have like a lot of like the right elemental typings, but it still doesn't do quite as much as you'd like it to do. Damn it! Every single person that knows. Oh, you don't know. I'm gonna take advantage. I think that's the one I did. I might still die. God. 361? That's starting to get a little bit ridiculous, dude. No, we're cooked. We're cooked. No, we're actually... What happened? Why is there some... Holy shit, dude. What just happened? Was there that much of a stat difference? Were they running defense or something? Yeah, they're running defense, no fucking wonder. Oh my god. God, I find these guys so, like, annoying. Because if I go full attack, then I'm dead. Maybe we should just have, like, different loadups for this. Oh no, watch this. They have so much CC, or so much strength. I can, oh my god. Why even play... Why are you in this low rank, dude? You have this unit 4 out of 5, dude. 4 out of 5. Why are you here? Why are you here, bro? Are you passing by? Did you forget to rank up? Oh, my bad. You just forgot to get like one of the strongest units of the game. My bad. Jesus Christ. I'm good. I'm good. We take the free wins. Again, there's as time goes on, people are gonna get certain characters duped up, and they can absolutely shred any other character to have any party. I think like it's not even. No, actually, I think it is definitely. I said power creep is the issue. No, it's just definitely some units that are just straight up built to counter another unit. Literally having a unit that comes with issues, then you sell the problem to your issue, but then the problem now becomes that that character's way too strong, and you can't do a thing about it. And honestly, Milrose was one of the issues that kind of came along. Orihime is still an issue. The fact that she is still this strong, genuinely surprising. After like what feels like 2 years or so, it's kind of ridiculous to be honest with you. Let me see. Star barrier. Yeah, you're gonna die. man. And you know what's an actual issue, I think, in my opinion? This guy probably has invested way more than anybody else to really take a look into investing. I think you're just missing the golden champion, and you would have honestly been probably fine. I think she's also missing Pierce Barrier, I think. So they would have been really good with that. You could have probably shredded most of my characters. Whoever this Sonder person is. Yeah, you would, or not Sonder. Wonder of you. If you had gotten Pierce Barrier on your Orihime, you would have probably shredded most of my characters. That is the only weakness I think she has personally. Star Barrier is nice for 90% of encounters that are, well, don't have Pierce Barrier, right? If they're running like a pure defense kind of setup, you're kind of screwed. Well, we'll see. Let me see. Yeah, this is just kind of like a quick one. Look. And I'll tell you something. It is kind of like one of those weird things that, like, I think most of you guys in the comments that know, right? I think like Dusty and like the other people that talk about like the stuff. You can straight up just grind through the ranks, which I think is, I think it's fine, but it also kind of lets a couple of things happen, right? People that have the units either get not necessarily D-ranked, but they just probably get pushed down rank. If somebody's just straight up farming the hell out of like a certain rank. If that's all you do, then obviously you're gonna benefit the most out of like certain ranks. Which I think is one of those weird things that we're like, let me see actually. I think that's fine actually. We're gonna do one more and then we're gonna actually talk with brain cells in mind. I'm like talking between like back and forth, but I'm just like trying to talk as I'm losing as I'm getting my ass handed to me by half the teams in this roster. All right, I think we're fine. Yeah, let's talk a little bit because again, I typically kind of stop the video here, but like I think again. PvP for Bleach has always been a bit of a weird one, and every week that passes by, the more it's like, man, I need this unit duped up, or what happens? You can't do anything with it. And honestly, that's kind of like the pay-to-win prospect of it. This game has always been pay-to-win in PvP. Everywhere else is a bit of a still pay-to-win. With a bit of a caveat, you only need one unit for some events. Except for some of the other stuff, it's definitely been a bit aggravating to me sometimes. There is some like freedom to it, but again, stuff like the magic, like not necessarily the magic side, but every event has the hey guys, you guys can get more points if you have these characters a billion times, or like at least a couple of times, right? The more copies of old characters you have, or not the more copies, the more versions of certain characters that you have, the better it is for you, right? So, one of the ways that I've gone about to getting like, take for example, I get 150% bonus. My recommendation for everybody that does this is two things, right? So you get a standard copy, and you can also get a like essentially like a 5-star copy. You can get a resurrected copy, and you can get a 6-star copy, right? So if you do that, I do believe it can actually give you boosts, I think it might just be 6 stars and Awakened that are different. I don't know if about 5 stars. But I do believe, yeah, right here it says, bonuses also apply to Awakened, restricted 6-star characters. But yeah, bonuses are applied for any affected characters in your inventory up to maximum of 4. So yeah, you can like get like characters to just boost up your points. The bonuses you get from this thing is not so much, because you actually do need these guys for sure. At least one of these, I think. A couple, or actually, I think you need 2 of these actually. because then you can actually reach the maximum. Because even then you get 3 and 3, right? Because you need up to 4 characters, right? So the only way to obtain this at +8, which is probably the most beneficial it is going to be with that. But again, various pay-win mechanics. The gacha pulls themselves are expensive, unless you're doing like the seasonal stuff. It's like, again, it's kind of one of those games that there's a reason to take this from a weekly basis, because I personally cannot handle the grind that much in this game. It is definitely a lot easier than others, and I can definitely just kind of farm to a certain degree, but it's definitely a bit obnoxious, to put it mildly. And again, I don't like to grind in this game because it's really obnoxious, and I know the fact that they can fix this, and I know this for a fact because if we take a look at the not special training ground, if we take a look at an attribute, you have different settings where you can consume 15 tickets, and in the very hard version of this, you can consume whatchamacallit, I think it's 30 total, right? So they have the option of letting you consume more than 10 tickets, and I still don't know why they don't do it. Obviously, it would cut down on the grind, and I do not understand why they're not doing it, because 90% of people here do not want to spend 2.5 hours grinding the same stage, and I think it would benefit a lot for the co-op as well, if they allowed you to use more than 5 tickets. Why in the world is it letting you only use 5 tickets? Like, I still don't understand it. And I've had this, like, this thoughts in the past. Why are we only using 5 tickets? Why are we only allowed to use 5 tickets? And that's why I don't really like to grind this game that much, because, again, there is no way to automate this. Not in any practical, non-breaking your TOS on the game kind of way, right? Because I was like curious, because I was looking at people, how do people grind this? And they use different ways that I'm not going to necessarily mention here, because I think everybody has the right to play the game however they want to. I don't really care. Especially since if you just paid, you can just kind of get away with a lot of stuff. It is, in my opinion, one of those things that I just think if we could use more tickets at the same time, it would be easier. It doesn't make sense for PvP, but for every other prospect of the game, that is literally 90% of this is PvE grinding. For PvP, realistically, right? It doesn't make any sense, because no matter what you're doing, right? Even if you do 50x tickets, what's going to happen is you're going to run out of resources eventually. You're just doing it faster. And if you're allowed to use some more resources, I think the funniest thing that I think probably KLab could probably do is, if you're allowed to use more tickets, they can get you to spend more orbs at the same time. I don't, and I'm still not sure why they don't do that. Like, oh, let me use up like 500 orbs, bro. Let me use 500 orbs. Come on. In tickets, I would totally do that. I did like 100 orbs at one point. I've used up like over 100 orbs from just tickets, man. And I did that because I was trying to grind for like some quests and events. And again, it's not necessarily like the best thing you can do, but the amount of orbs you get, it would make it so much easier for me to just grind that up. Because again, it definitely is more beneficial. It's a little bit kind of like on the downside, because you can of course purchase soul tickets, right? It's 50/50 on that. It's not too much, but it's also at the same time it is genuinely obnoxious to kind of just grind this game. But setting it aside, setting my rant aside, what are your thoughts on current PvP? Are you all tired? I'm tired. But are you guys summoning on the current banners? Because I have not really looked at any to summon realistically. I love like the characters, aesthetically wise, right? They look very nice. The download special fever thing is cool, but like 90% of the characters that are in there are probably not up to my standard. No. I already have like most of these guys. the free asset scroll is cool, but like it doesn't really do anything for me because I'm not even maxing out that stuff yet. Even the 1,000-year blood war kind of thing. Soifon's cool. She still has some uses. I think getting Sajin as a duped up character would be nice. As a link slot for Mila Rose. As a link slot. Let me repeat that, by the way. As a link slot, he'd be useful. He has no direct value anymore. Not non-PvP. Unless you have him duped up to Oblivion, he will get outdone by Mila Rose. And that's kind of sad, but it makes sense. And again, it is one of the reasons why I decided to stop myself from using the. I don't think it's this one. Is it this one? No, White Knight is the. Wait a second, what? The loyalty ticket, right? This is why I stopped myself from even getting Sajin, because Sajin is now out of the picture. He's got like very mild to very like low value in like actual practice. He's still usable. I'm not saying he's not usable, but compared to like a dupe from other characters which can possibly use in Limit Break or a Limit Break request, he would get like instantly clowned unless he's duped up, and one dupe is not going to change much to me. Which is kind of like what I'm talking about specifically. But yeah, no. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm kind of tired, man. Again, this is what I take on a weekly basis. Every week I come back here, I'm like, hey, any new banners? Anything I could really like spend myself a week just farming on? Like, no, okay, I'm done. I have taken a look at Saying Common Quest a little bit. I haven't touched this already. Touched this at all yet. We might do this before it ends. That I do hope I can clear this because it is gems and stuff. But we'll see. All right. Hopefully, you guys have a good one. And stay solid. Bye bye. I like ran out of stuff to say, man. Like, have a good one. Stay solid. Bye bye.